and elite wide receivers, and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the USF Bulls, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Bulls will put total leather and we'll get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. He'll start this drive firing. Takes the easy one to the back.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
They'll go up top on second and short. Looking for a deep man. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You know, you would have thought that after having 3 interceptions in their last game, the quarterback would absolutely never throw this guy's way. But here we are. We're in the first drive, and they're trying to be aggressive, and they're attacking one of their best players defensively, and he makes them pay. 4 picks in 2 games. We got to be talking about this guy for the Heisman, right?
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Rides to back and leaves it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Hart. Got his man. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Bulls will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, USF. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The running back has it. Crosses the 30. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around him doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
The Knowles come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
And the Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Lewis. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Quick strike complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes and gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. The Seminoles look to keep this drive humming. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. This time it's complete. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
To the air on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, Dave, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if...
Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And the Bulls want to crank the tempo.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Plucks it out of the air. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Hart. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up one first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Here's the pressure. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They'll start this drive going to the air. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage, putting points on the board.
And he puts through the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody staying in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
And the Bulls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking downfield, it's Hart. Using the quick game. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
You know, on a 3rd and short like that, you just have to have great chemistry between the quarterback and his receiver. They just couldn't get on the same page. Now it sets up 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida State.
They'll move the tight end. Motion from the wideout. With jet sweep pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. It is perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Virginia delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Charlottesville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the ACC. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To throw, it's Hart. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Knowles!
Man, linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Jones. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They're quickly in a 10-point hole, trailing 17-7 and needing to put together a drive. Makes the grab, it's Jones. At the 35, he's loose. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period, first down here. From the gun, give on the inside.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to throw, it's Hart. He fires one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He fires to the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. What a play that time. They got way more than they needed to convert that fourth down.
But I love the execution of this quarterback. Everybody's sitting shallow, trying to take away the first down. He takes the ball down.
Touchdown, South Florida. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They kicked a field goal on the last thrive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right.
There he goes. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. And some room to work. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. Snap to the back. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
And the Seminoles have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's in open space downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Oh, it's a reverse. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands and see what can happen.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Seminoles!
And this offense gets another passing touchdown. I tell you what, week 1, this connection worked. Week 2, this connection working again. I tell you what, if I'm a defense, I'm going to start focusing in on that guy because they want to find him and make big plays.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Handoff from the shotgun. Makes it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And a great job on the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough for this running back.
Turning it on. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, that's a great job working through his progression. The first guy he wanted to throw to wasn't open. He was able to kind of get through it. And lo and behold, there's a guy wide open. Nobody near him. It's a big play for the offense.
Pulls it and fires to the left.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Bulls really need to keep this drive alive on third down. The give from the gun. Fighting off the defender. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? To the air, it's Hart. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Slithers into space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. And the Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Firing to the right, complete.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, if they're off the football, you can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Hey, he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. And when I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air, but now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the first down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think 1st and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now? Do I feel comfortable even running the ball? So that was a big stop for this defense on 1st down.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Back to pass, it's Hart. Here comes the heat. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he's going to bring this one out. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. And there he goes. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. And he missed it. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. Here he comes with the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I...
Breaks into the open. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Looking to throw again. Immediately fires to the middle. Touchdown Bulls. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Extra point here will tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Mississippi State was anything but dominant, but the Bulldogs are going to leave this stadium today winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L-Con. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Pressure coming. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cunningham. Crosses to 40. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. A pick up the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And the Knowles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll take the deep shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. And that one will put him up here in the second half. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking for a man. It's Hart. Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Past the first down marker and still running. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass. Working that left side now. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking...
There he goes! He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
He's got him. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. The Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got him still on his feet. Touchdown Bulls! And they add 6 more to that trip to the house.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll run the counter. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Offensive coordinators just spend all offseason in a lab, and they just draw up stuff over and over again. How many times can I use misdirection? How many times can I use speed against the linebackers who flow so fast to the football? Really nice play design, a little misdirection. The defense didn't know what hit them. Big gain for the offense.
Here's a heat. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, USF. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And I love what the secondary does here. You know the blitz is coming. You know the ball's going to come out quick. They react to it quickly, get the interception, and then Palmer, they know exactly what to do with it once they do.
No doubt, and I think the hit certainly affected some of the accuracy on the throw. Quarterback's got to do a better job getting that ball out sooner, but once the ball started to flutter a little bit, didn't go exactly where he wanted, the defense was opportunistic. And not just getting the pick, but having the convoy taking it to the house.
Then perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the right. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. They're working that left side. At the 45 on his way. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
That is a total bust by the defense. You can't go out there with 6 DBs and allow a wide receiver to be that wide open, make the catch, and then even make a nice run after it. Somebody made a big mistake in the back end.
Oh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw it. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Lewis. Touchdown, Knowles! And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jones. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Got the first down, looking for more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulls just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Dropping back, it's Hart. Catch in the middle, it's Jones.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Pulls and fires complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Quarterback adapting. He's going to run it. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to pass. It's Hart. Makes the grab. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The Bulls come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
And the offense is so close to the go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the fourth quarter. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Tie game, fourth quarter, you get it in the red zone, and then to have a mistake like that is devastating.
Oh, this quarterback is the leader of this team. He's expected to make better decisions than that. You just cannot have your leader and your quarterback go out and be careless with the football, with the game on the line late in that kind of situation.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the fourth quarter, an opportunity to move on top. Got enough for the first. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Time to take a shot. He's got it. Touchdown Seminoles. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Dropping back, it's Hart. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And the Bulls come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on third down. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make any of them out.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Under fire. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play.
Man, that's a great example of KYP. Know your personnel. A QB that doesn't run great, trying to get outside the pocket. Nice job by the defense applying pressure and running him down and getting the huge loss.
Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the puck will bounce out of bounds. going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
The Bulls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Turning it on. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. From the red zone, looking for a man. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll throw it. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, South Florida. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Cal took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Berkeley. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. They'll run the screen. Got room at the 35. Breaks into the open on the left. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Love the play call. Love the execution. Late in the game with less than 2 minutes to go, they now take a touchdown lead and put so much pressure on the opposition in a 2-minute situation.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. To the air. It's Hart. That's caught. It's Jones. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback may change this route. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Breaks into the open. Touchdown Bulls. Once he got some room, it was over.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a two-point conversion.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Out of bounds, stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, and now they feel like they have room to operate. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
I think you got to try to win it here. Don't run the risk of going to overtime. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, at this point of the game, with this field position with only a few ticks left on the clock, I think the safe move, obviously, punt the ball away, trust your defense, get it to OT, and go try to win it there.
A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
it with the running back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick. That is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.